In today's show, recharge your day with a power nap. We will examine the benefits of taking a midday nap. To nap or not to nap. It's only been half of the day, but your eyelids are becoming so heavy after lunch. If this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. We know that napping is very common in small children, but to our surprise, adults do naturally tend to become drowsier in the afternoon, generally 8 hours after waking up in the morning. It might be difficult to take time off from daily responsibilities, but taking a quick nap can be really helpful to rapidly increase your energy level. Researchers have found that napping is effective in boosting your alertness and cognitive functions, as well as reducing stress. Given that a power nap is beneficial for our general wellness, it's perfectly fine to invest a tiny fraction of our day to take a snooze. It was discovered that for a person who has insufficient nighttime sleep and naps, the impact on health is still less than those with inadequate sleep with no naps at all. And the result of continuous sleep debt is that it makes us lethargic and affects important cognitive functions such as reaction time, judgment, short-term memory, information processing, etc. When people do not have sufficient sleep in the long term, such as 2 weeks or longer, it slows their brain functions equivalent to the level of those who haven't slept in 3 days. Sleep deprivation can even make one more susceptible to chronic diseases such as high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, obesity, and depression. So, how much sleep do we need? Most experts believe that 7 to 9 hours of sleep is the most beneficial, depending on one's genetic attributes and personal factors. According to a 2021 article posted on the American online news site Insider, NASA's research showed that naps really can fully restore cognitive function at the same rate as a full night's sleep. The space agency found that pilots who slept in the cockpit for 26 minutes showed alertness improvements of up to 54% and job performance improvements by 34% compared to pilots who didn't nap. But 26 minutes might be a little long. In addition to charging the brain's batteries to improve alertness, napping has also been found to be beneficial for the heart. A recent study in 2019, conducted by researchers from the University Hospital of Lausanne, Switzerland, further examined the link between napping frequency and duration and cardiovascular conditions. The study followed up on more than 3,400 enrolled subjects between the ages of 35 and 75 for 5 years. The research team found that subjects who spent 5 minutes to an hour napping once or twice on a weekly basis were 48% less likely to experience cardiovascular complications, including a heart attack, stroke, or heart failure, compared to subjects who didn't nap at all. Besides a lower risk of heart complications, napping might even help us maintain a healthy weight. Appetite is an important factor in managing our weight successfully. Ghrelin and leptin are two neurotransmitters that are crucial to regulating our appetite. While ghrelin triggers hunger, the feeling of satiation is promoted by leptin. The level of these two neurotransmitters fluctuates during the day to control our hunger according to the body's need for calories. It is suggested that sleep deprivation can potentially interrupt the body's ability to maintain a balance of these two neurotransmitters. A study published in the journal Public Library of Science Medicine reported that people who chronically had less than 5 hours of sleep had 16% less leptin and 15% more ghrelin than those with an average of 8 hours of sleep. As a result, people with insufficient amounts of rest would tend to have an increased appetite and reduced satiety. Therefore, this is why napping might be favorable to controlling weight by restoring the balance of ghrelin and leptin. Apart from keeping a healthy lifestyle, such as a low-sodium diet and regular exercise, emerging scientific evidence also shows that taking a nap can help reduce blood pressure. Thomas Edison, vegetarian, who was an American inventor and businessman, was famously known for the invention of many devices, including the motion picture camera, phonograph, and early versions of the electric light bulb. In an 1889 interview with the magazine Scientific American, Edison claimed that he slept less than 4 hours a night so he could dedicate more of his time to his work. However, did you know that he was also a power napper who cleverly used a napping technique to recharge himself to keep his creativity going? It was described that Edison would often take 1 or 2 brief naps on his napping cots, on a chair, or even outdoors in the grass. According to his colleagues, after the snooze, Edison would wake up refreshed and energized to continue the rest of his day. Recent research findings suggest that during napping, the right hemisphere of our brain, which is closely related to cognitive functions, including creativity, visualization, and thinking, may become highly active to integrate information. This may explain why when people wake up after a nap, they experience a mental spark. Now we know that there are many benefits of napping. Here comes an important question. How long should we nap? Scientists advise that the key to a refreshing nap is to limit the snooze to 10 to 20 minutes. Because a complete sleep cycle is divided into several stages, including light, deep and rapid eye movement or REM sleep. Resting longer may make someone enter into a deeper stage of sleep, thus making it more difficult to wake up. As a result, this can actually make one feel more tired instead of feeling invigorated. Some studies suggest that a 1-hour nap can make one feel more refreshed and function better than a 30-minute nap. However, if you decide to take a longer nap, it's important that you experiment to explore how long your complete sleep cycle is, which generally ranges from 90 to 110 minutes. The reason is replenishment is more dependent on how far we go into the sleep cycle. Going too far into the cycle has consequences, such as possibly waking up feeling groggy. Thus, 10 to 30 minutes is considered the optimum range. However, the length of a nap each person can take also depends on his or her schedule. If it only allows you to squeeze in a 10-minute nap, perfect. If you're on holiday with plenty of time, you may want to let yourself sleep through a full cycle so that you can wake up feeling recharged. What if you only have less than 10 minutes to spare? Don't worry. Just close your eyes to make use of the time for a brief rest. Even a siesta of just a few minutes can be helpful in relieving some stress and give you a little boost to get through the day. Although a midday nap is health-promoting, the need for frequent naps may indicate poor nighttime sleep quality. It's worth discussing your sleep patterns with your family doctor. Here are a few tips that may help you improve the restfulness of your nap and sleep at night. Limit your caffeine intake after 3 p.m. because caffeine is a stimulant which tends to excite your brain and the nervous system. Drinking coffee or caffeinated drinks late in the afternoon may possibly make it harder for you to fall asleep at night. Bear in mind that caffeine can circulate inside the body for up to 10 hours, so it's a good idea to avoid the substance late in the afternoon. Setting an alarm is a good method to control for how long you take your nap. That way, you won't have to worry about entering the deep sleep cycle, which tends to make you feel groggy after waking up. If the environment is not ideal for sleep, here are a few simple things you can do to make it more friendly for good quality sleep. One way is to turn off all light sources to darken the room, as this will get rid of anything that can mimic daylight. If you tend to have trouble falling asleep due to noises, you may also try a white noise machine or download a white noise app on your smartphone to help you sleep better. According to studies, the constant humming sound, similar to an air conditioner running or radio static, may help block out environmental noises such as sirens, a roommate's TV, etc.